Alright, so let's find the exact value of cosine of pi over 12 plus cosine of 5 pi over 12. Notice you've got a cosine plus a cosine, right? So you're adding, so that's a sum. So let's look at our sum to product formulas. And I see, I'm going to write my formula here, that if I have cosine of u plus cosine of v, that's equal to 2 cosine of u plus v over 2 times cosine of u minus v over 2.
Why can't it just do 6 pi over 12?
Well, you can if you're adding them, but if you're subtracting them, you wouldn't get that.
It says.
Oh, no, you can't do that because remember, it's not like it's a coefficient. It's what we're taking the cosine of. The only way you can combine cosines is if what you're taking the cosine of is exactly the same. That's why we can say that cosine of x plus cosine of x is 2 cosines of x. They're identical. But this one of them we're taking the cosine is of pi over 12, and the other one's 5 pi over 12. They're not exactly the same, so you can't just say there's 2 of them and then add the angles there. It doesn't work that way. Alright, so we got cosine of pi over 12, and we're adding cosine of 5 pi over 12. So putting that in my formula, I've got 2 cosine of u plus v. U is pi over 12, plus v is 5 pi over 12, all over 2, times cosine, just a second, of u, which is pi over 12, minus v, which is 5 pi over 12. We'll end up with the same answer in the end. Sorry, all over 2. The main one is when you're just adding and subtracting, because here we're actually going to find the exact value, so we're going to come up with a number answer. Alright, so let's work inside each of those parentheses. So 2 cosine, what is pi over 12 plus 5 pi over 12?
6 pi over 12.
6 pi over 12
That's what I was saying. Why can't we do that?
over 2. And if you want to go ahead and keep on that piece, y'all said 6 pi over 12 is pi over 2, right?
And that's pi over 4.
And if you divide that by 2, good, that's pi over 4. Just working the first cosine. Then the second one, you've got times cosine. What's pi over 12 minus 5 pi over 12? Negative 4 pi over 12 over 2. You can reduce the top there, so it gives me cosine of negative pi over 3.
It's basically something else.
Good, so we get cosine of, and you divide that, you get negative pi over 6. Okay, so now we got to this point, we can go through and actually give values to the cosine pieces. So keep the 2, and we can figure out what cosine of pi over 4 is. Pi over 4 is on your unit circle, right? So let's see. Alright, so let me find a place here. Okay, I'll write right here. Alright, so pi over 4 has an ordered pair, square root of 2 over 2, comma, square root of 2 over 2, correct? So what is cosine of pi over 4?
Square root of 2 over 2.
Times. Now, the negative pi over 6, Hammer, we're going to have to think about that a little bit because it's negative. Where is negative pi over 6? And nothing else, remember? Find its coterminal angle, so add 2 pi. Negative, I'm at the very top there, negative pi over 6 is the same as 11 pi over 6. And that has an ordered pair of what?
3 square root of 3 over 2, negative 1 over 2.
Right. Okay, so what is cosine then of negative pi over 6? Square root of 3 over 2. So, when you go through here and you reduce some of these, this 2 and this first 2 will cancel. It's on bottom. So you get on top, you have the square root of 2 times the square root of 3, which is over. On bottom, you just have a 2. And that is your answer.